Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the program. Today is Monday here in New York City. I'm exhausted, okay? How did I get exhausted? Let me tell you. I spent the entire weekend driving around looking for Mike Scott's hotel room. Actually, what I did, I am exhausted. I had to visit 4 new families for Welcome Wagon. You know what? I got up this morning and I'm driving to work and I'm listening to the radio, and there's this commercial for a drag racing exhibition to be held next weekend someplace. And the announcer says, "This weekend is your last opportunity to smell the nitro." And I said to myself, boy, life really is too short, isn't it? Read something frightening in this month's Science Digest magazine. Experts, they claim to be experts, in genetic research predict that by the year 2000, it will be possible now to crossbreed an MTV VJ with a VH1 video jock. And if... It's getting hot in here now, isn't it, Paul? Well, we have some sad news for you tonight. Hal Mason died at the age of 83 in Los Angeles. He was the creator of such delightful cartoon characters as the Pillsbury Doughboy, Mr. Clean, and Ed Meese. So we're all going to miss him. And... What the hell was that? What's going on? What a show we have for you folks tonight. Something's missing, isn't it? Something's not quite right here tonight. What? Oh, Paul's off tonight. Paul, we have Rob Mounsey. No, now Will is taking over for Paul. We're in the Paul Schaefer holiday shift tonight, aren't we? Yeah, explain how this works. You're taking over for Paul, so you're actually in charge of the band. In charge of the band. Tonight. We count off songs, we play music. Yeah, and the man on the keyboards is...
This is Rob Mounsey.
Rob, nice to have you here again.
New York's fashionable Chelsea district from Flying Monkey Labs to be with us tonight. Rob Mounsey.
Flying Monkey Labs? Now, do I go over here now?
You can go over. This is your show.
Get off the new guy! The hell was that? It's like a brand new show without Paul, isn't it? No, it's not the same. It's like a brand new show, isn't it? And Will, I understand you have an impression you'd like to share with us tonight.
I have a small impression. It's kind of obscure.
Okay.
I might have to set it up because nobody's ever heard of this person. This is my impression of Moms Mabley.
Well, no, we all know who Moms Mabley is. Yeah.
Okay, well, you have to close your eyes for this one. Cause
Moms Mabley. Willie. And who better to do an impression of Moms Mabley?
Anybody here?
Oh, God.
My old friend Bobby Boy.
All right.
Thank you, that's all.
Okay, that's enough. I don't know. All right, thanks, Moms. Thank you. It's hot in here. It's hot in here, isn't it? From the home office in Milwaukee, ladies and gentlemen, a top 10 list. Tonight's category. Oh, you know what's on CBS tonight is the Country Western Music Awards Hall of Fame dinner and picnic something. I don't know. Top 10 words found in country western songs. Here we go, our top 10 list. Here we go. Number 10, cheatin'. Number 9, lying. Number 8, crying. Number 7, drinking. Number 6, refinancing. Number 5, Airwick. Number 4, statutory. Number 3, prison. Number 2, electromagnetic plating. And number 1, thumbless. Thank you, boys. All right, we got a great show for you tonight. We're going to start here with some small-town news items. These bits of information culled from small news publications from around North America, actual newspapers. Let's begin, shall we? Have an item here from the Edmonton Journal in Edmonton, Canada. And perhaps you can see it right there on your screen. Make it a family affair, it begins. It's interesting, it's educational, it's fun, and to top it off, it's free. Gather your family and friends and come on out for a personal tour of the city's wastewater treatment plant. Like we need another reason to visit Edmonton in the wintertime. Number 2, Alabama Times Daily classified ad. Notice, would the person responsible for accidentally shooting me in the back on the 6th of September at the dove hunt on Highway 43 at State Line Road please call me to discuss this incident before any legal action is taken. Object, matrimony. Here we have an item from the Buffalo News, Buffalo, New York. Lost artificial arm with hook on Route 5, Apple Springs area. Must have been signaling at the time. Hot in here, isn't it? See, it is. It's hot. It's not me tonight. It's actually hot in here. What? Oh, it is me. Thank you so much for that vote of confidence. Now, what it is, these sports pigs take over the studio on the weekend, and they don't care how hot it gets because they don't care what they smell like. And they just... yeah, well, I certainly do, ma'am. How about yourself? Suddenly I'm discussing personal hygiene with the audience. What a wonderful show. Waterloo Courier in Iowa from Paula Niedert's mom. Paula Niedert works on the show, right, Paul? That's right. I don't think I can continue. I look over there and I see this guy who... you tried out for the New Monkeys, right? I'm sorry. He's only here one day a year, and we can't abuse him. Okay. Paula Niedert's mom, item in the sheriff's log. Lisa Lynn Lenskow, 28, was arrested Friday night on a complaint of fifth-degree criminal mischief. She is accused of destroying night crawlers that belonged to Dan Hunnemiller. I sure hope she has a good lawyer because worm killers don't last long in prison. This is the Dolores Star in Colorado, the RICO report. This has been a very slow news week, even though we've had some of the Hells Angels in our midst. A few have made use of the hotel and motel and local cafes and lounges, very well-mannered, and we hope that they have a fine vacation and look forward to their return another day. Now, please, return our wives and daughters. Here's an item from the Woodford Sun in Versailles, Kentucky, although I'm guessing in Kentucky that may be pronounced Versailles. Is it? In Indiana we have a Versailles, but it's called Versailles, never mind. Versailles, they say in Indiana, instead of Versailles. Anyway, this is Kentucky, so I don't know why we're discussing it at all. The Woodford Sun in Versailles, whatever. Police report page, frog gigging without license. Daniel Bedford Gillespie, Midway, was fined $62.50. Sure, it's illegal, but who wants to wait for a license in those long lines down at the gigging bureau? The gigging bureau. Green Bay Press Gazette, Wisconsin, column by Doug Larson. If God had meant man to fly, he would have put skin between our fingers. Doug, try to get some rest, all right? Situate Mariner, Situate, Massachusetts, Harbor Master's log, 11:45 p.m. 2 kids speeding in harbor, terminated. They certainly don't mollycoddle punks up there in Situate, do they? Yes, sir. Where are we now? This is from Daytona Beach News Journal, Florida. Pork tenderloin, a lazy muscle begging to be eaten. You know, this is just the kind of catchphrase that's going to get people to eat more pork tenderloin, don't you think? A lazy muscle begging to be eaten. Well, I believe this brings us to our last little item here tonight on Small Town. We're doing on time. Right on time? Right on time or not right on time? Right on time. Fresno B, Fresno, California, Plaza Show Center, all nude live booths. We now have children's shows by order of Fresno City Ordinance. Oh my God, it's Mr. Green Jeans in a G-string. Well, I think that just about catches us all up to date here. Everybody have a good weekend? We got a great show for you here tonight. We have the world's fastest hypnotist, Marshall Sylver. Wasn't this guy just here a couple of weeks ago? Didn't I hear something about December? Well, he's back and he's faster than ever, kids. Also, most alike twins, Hazel Manley and Hilliard McGammon will be here. McCammon. Hildred McCammon, they're here. And Spoosie Kurtz, a fine, talented actress, will join us on the program, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you had a nice weekend. A lot of sports, a lot of baseball, a lot of exciting things. Hypnotist Marshall Sylver and Spoosie Kurtz. That's right. I'm sorry, I don't have it here. And also tomorrow on the program, Jay Leno will be here. That's tomorrow, folks. Jay Leno will be here tomorrow. You know, in the world of television, fierce competition for ratings inspires the networks to put on the best possible shows they can. Fortunately, at this late hour, no such pressures exist. And the standards sag accordingly. With this in mind, I'd like to introduce a brand new addition to this program. Folks, please say hello to Donnie, the pastry chef.
Hey, Donnie, oh, Donnie, the pastry chef's here, bringing us cakes and good cheer. Hey, Donnie, you know love's a crazy game. You can preheat your stove, but don't lose that fire in your heart.
Rolling some dough,
Bring to the pan, make it up slow, give them a hand. Hey, Donnie, the pastry chef's here. Look out, Donnie.
Hi, David.
Donnie, nice to see you. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Donnie, the pastry chef. Donnie, the pastry chef.
Let's make this snappy, Letterman. I got 40 pounds of dough rising.
I'll bet you. Okay, Donnie, let me just get this disclaimer out of the way here. The character portrayed in this sketch represents only a tiny portion of this country's pastry chefs, the vast majority of whom are patriotic, hardworking Americans and an asset to our great nation. All right, Donnie, I understand this is completely new for you, different from the other character of yours, that Kenny the Gardener. So tell us who you are and what you do.
Is this some kind of trick? Well, I won't fall for it, Letterman. I'm a pastry chef. Pure and simple. No gardening, no landscaping, and no flower arranging.
Oh, okay, okay, Kenny, that's fine. Now, do you have a lawn care tip for us today?
Why, sure.
All right.
It's about time to start saving those fallen leaves for mulch and... Hey, whoop! Very clever, Letterman. You win round one.
Hey, whoops. Hey, whoops.
I meant whoop.
You meant whoops.
I meant whoop.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just came out the wrong way.
That's all right. We all make mistakes, certainly. All right, Donnie, now, what about your job? Let's forget about that. What's on your mind tonight?
You mean what's my beef?
Yeah.
What's bugging Donnie,
That's right.
the pastry chef?
Why not?
All right, for one thing, vending machines.
No.
No, vending machines.
That's right.
Oh, they drive me mad.
Oh,
Nuts.
yeah, those vending machines are tough, aren't they?
Oh, I know. You bang and bang on them and still nothing comes out.
Yeah, it's really annoying to lose coins that way, isn't it?
Coins? Well, take my mouth shut and lock me in a freezer. I never thought of that.
Okay, Donnie, now listen, how is the pastry business going?
Oh, terrible. The little money I make goes to buying new cars.
New cars? You buy a lot of new cars, do you?
Well, I have to. I have the worst luck with cars. They all stop after 300 miles or so.
Are you using the right kind of gas?
Yes. Well, let me see. Pump me full of suet and leave me in a ditch.
Hey, whoops. Anyway, I understand you prepared a little number for us tonight. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to decorate a cake and sing a wistful ballad from the repertoire of the American Musical Theater.
Oh, boy, we're in luck. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented Donnie, the pastry chef.
Valley High may call you any night, any day. Here am I, your special island. Come away, come away. Valley High, Valley High, Valley High. Good night, everybody. For loving me.
Our next guest claims to be able to hypnotize someone in less than 1 second. This man was here a couple of weeks ago, and we got a little off the track, so we invited him back tonight to prove himself and also to dodge a lawsuit. Please welcome the man who claims to be the world's fastest hypnotist, and get ready for this entrance, Marshall Sylver. Marshall, come on out. Hey. Hi, Marshall, how are you?
Fantastic to see you.
Good to have you here.
Dave, before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you to all of the people across the country for their overwhelming mail and phone call response to my last appearance.
Did you get mail and phone calls?
You got a lot of mail and phone calls, I know, because your director told me, and I wanted to say thanks. And it's because of you people that I'm back here after 2 weeks. And you'll notice something else, Dave, that this time around, my glasses are a lot darker than they were last time, and there's a reason for that.
No, but before we get to that, you came on last time, and you were going to hypnotize someone in a second. I was led to believe you were going to hypnotize someone, boom, they'd be out.
Right.
Right, and you were unable to do it, and I guess it's because of... Why was
you
that?
were a kind-hearted gentleman, and in fact, you were so kind, I'm going to walk you through the process again tonight.
No, but why was it last time we couldn't get somebody hypnotized?
We couldn't. We didn't try to do that. You interrupted a bit, but before I get to that, I wanted to say thanks. Thanks to you, David, not only are my glasses darker because my future's brighter. November 3rd, I will be at the Improv in San Diego. And I'm also...
Thank God Paul's not here to see this. All right, now, okay, but tonight, let's get to it tonight. Put bygones wherever you put them,
so.
And we're going to hypnotize somebody.
We're going to have a fantastic time.
That's right. Okay, Marshall,
You know,
go ahead. What can I do for you?
Well, I noticed last time you were a little bit skeptic or underwhelmed, to say the least, and I wanted to say that...
Well, I was told you could do it in a second. You're the world's fastest.
But even you would come out of nighttime sleep if someone screamed in your ear, "You don't have to do that."
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Well, you were groping that woman.
No. I was competing
now,
with you.
We only have 5 minutes here. Now, let's do it.
Let's do it. I need the 3 people that I worked with before the show to simply come down very quickly, fill up the chairs.
Now, how do we know these aren't Confederates, Marshall?
You don't. Please come down into the chairs very quickly. That is fine. Sit down in these chairs.
How do you do? What's your name?
So the audience...
Ginny? Julie, nice to see you.
I'd like you to give your names very quickly.
Your name is?
Julie?
Monica.
And your name?
Chris.
Chris.
Nice to have you here. Now, you've hypnotized these people, right?
David, I'd like you to stand off to the side for a second.
But
and David, save your breath. You may need it to blow up your date later. Step back there. It's not going to happen twice. Look at me now, David.
But
You've got to give these people some respect.
No, have they been hypnotized?
Oh, absolutely. I've walked them through a process
I think you need to let people know that these folks have been hypnotized already.
These people have been conditioned to relax under the stage lights and in front of the cameras, and as soon as we stop, we'll begin. Are you ready? Then let's go. Look at me now. Do not look away. Breathe in deeply. Now breathe out. Breathe in deeply. Simply relax. Do not look away. Breathe out. Breathe in deeply. Sleep. Way down.
God.
Deeper and deeper. Relax. Let it go. Deep. Deeper, David. David. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. The moment I say the number 3, all of you will open your eyes. The moment I say the number 3, all of you will open your eyes, and you will remember the funniest joke you have ever heard in your entire life. The moment I say the number 3, the joke will hit you full force, and you will roar with laughter. Already the joke's coming into your mind. You're beginning to smile. You're beginning to giggle and feel good. The moment I say the number 3, joke hits you full force, and you roar with laughter. 1, 2, and 3. The funniest joke you have ever heard in your entire life. If I touch you on the head, the joke gets 10 times funnier. 10 times funnier. The funniest joke you have ever heard. Joke's leaving your mind now. You're relaxing and going back into a very deep sleep. Relax. Sleep. Way down. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. The moment I say the number 3, all of you will open your eyes. Now, David, I need you to select one subject for me to place across the 2 chairs, make stiff and rigid, and stand on. Simply by pointing, select one subject.
Select one subject?
Simply by pointing, select one subject.
Oh, do I have to?
That's fine. We'll work with this subject right here.
That would have been my choice, by the way.
Sleep. Way down. Deeper and deeper. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. The moment I say the number 3, all of you will open your eyes, feeling wonderful. 1, 2, and 3. Open those eyes. That's fine. Pretty lady, sit up in your chair. Would it be okay for me to make your body stiff and rigid, lay you across 2 chairs, and then stand on you? Say yes. You should see me on a date. Stand up for me. Walk over to here.
Ever had a date?
Turn around for me. Come here, David. All the way around the other side for me, David. Take one step this way. Say your first name for me again. Julia. Julia, in a moment, I'm going to relax you. The other 2, I want you to simply look at me. Do not look away.
Oh, God.
Way down. Relax. Julia, in a moment, I'm going to relax you, make your body stiff and rigid. As I do, you need only concentrate and do exactly as I say. During this part of the demonstration, I ask that you folks watching the demonstration remain particularly quiet. Allow Julia every opportunity and every respect that you would desire if you were in her shoes. David, step behind her. In a moment, I'm going to make her body stiff and rigid. Breathe in deeply, Julia. Now breathe out. Breathe in deeply, close your eyelids down, and breathe out. Julia, in a moment, I'm going to make your body stiff and rigid. As I do, simply concentrate and do exactly as I say. If I touch you or move you, simply retain the position I have placed you in. As I touch the sides of your body and give you the command, allow your muscles to tense. Tip your head straight back. Clasp those hands together. Stiff and rigid. Stiff and rigid. Stiff and rigid as a steel bar. David Ketcher. Stiff and rigid as a steel bar. Stiff and rigid. Let it go stiff. Let your head remain. Let it go. Stiff and rigid. Stiff and rigid. Tense those muscles. Arch your back. Stiff and rigid as a steel bar. Let it go. Stiff and rigid. Let her go. Stiff and rigid. No, concentrate. Tip your head straight back. Concentrate. Stiff and rigid. Stiff and rigid. Stiff and rigid as a steel bar. Clasp those hands. Walking down. Stiff and rigid. Clasp those hands. Lock it down. Concentrate. Stiff and rigid as a steel bar. Stiff and rigid as a steel bar. Stiff and rigid. Concentrate. Let it go. David, stiff and rigid, something you cannot relate to. Stiff and rigid as a steel bar. David, come around the back. Help me up. Come around the back. The other back. All the way around.
How are we doing on
Concentrate. Stiff and rigid as a steel bar. Come a little closer. Stiff and rigid as a steel bar. Stiff and rigid. Put those hands together, folks. Stiff and rigid as a steel bar. As I touch your body, Julia, let it relax. Continue sleeping deeply. Sleep, Julia. Way down. Relax. Let it go limp and close your eyes. Way down. Let it go limp, loose, and relax. Let yourself go. Let it go. Way down. Let your arms go. Everything limp. Let it go. Let it go. Just relax. Tension gone. There you go. Deeply and deeper. Deeply. Let it just relax. Let the tension go.
Like a zombie.
There you go. Relax.
Worried about her sweatshirt. She's out like a mackerel, this woman.
Relax. Let it go.
You're all staying in the same room, aren't you?
Let it go.
It's Marshall Sylver, ladies and gentlemen, the world's fastest hypnotist.
Yeah.
Put those hands together.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We'll be right back. It's some federal legislation. That's what it is. It's federal legislation. My next guest won a Tony Award this year for her role in The House of Blue Leaves, and she can currently be seen in the motion picture True Stories. Still, the only person I know named Swoosie. Please say hello to Swoosie Kurtz. So nice to see you. Great to see you. Thank you very much for being here.
Well, thank you.
We called you at the last minute, and you were very nice to come over and help us out.
Do I look a lot like John Carradine?
John Carradine was supposed to be here, and he couldn't, so you came in and...
They always call me when they can't get John.
Is that right?
Yes. Yes, we're always up for the same parts. I personally think I'm prettier, but...
You're quite an attractive woman, and we're happy to have you here. And have you ever been hypnotized?
No. Just now. I almost couldn't get out of the green room.
Yeah. See, the thing to keep in mind is this guy during the day does therapy. True.
Does he?
Yeah, he does therapy, and then he has his little nightclub act at night.
Why does he wear the glasses?
Well, who knows? Yeah, true stories. What is that about? That's actual stories that are being dramatized in a film, right?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, they're sort of true. It's David Byrne, so, you know, you've got a mind. A mind, actually, Dave, kind of like yours.
Thank you so much.
If Spalding Gray said about David Byrne, I really think it does apply to you, that he's a very creative, brilliant mind and is very lucky to be living in this age where he can find a place for himself, because in another age, he might have been hospitalized. And I think that applies to you.
Well,
you know.
and what is your true story? What do you play in that?
I am the laziest woman in the world, and I'm in a nightgown, I'm in my bed, I have never left my bed, I have not even been downstairs in years. I have all kinds of labor-saving devices, like a little thing I go like this and it turns the page of a magazine, so I literally don't have to lift a finger.
Everything is done for you by machine or servants or whatever?
I have a robot, I have a, you know, and of course, trigger happy with the remote control on the television.
And this woman is deeply disturbed, mildly disturbed?
I think she makes perfect sense. I mean, wouldn't you do that if you could?
Oh, I don't know. I would just, I would worry about, you know, if you're in bed too long, you sort of start feeling sick, you know, like you got the flu anyway.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're home from school.
Yeah.
Well, she's very active. I mean, she never sits still. She's more energetic than most of us, you know. She's just very rich, and she thinks there's a bunch of maniacs out there, and she doesn't want to go out there. And there are days I feel like that.
And what about the woman that you play played in House of Blue Leaves?
Oh, play. I'm in it still. Her name is Bananas, and she is, there's a reason for that, you know. She has a problem with reality.
And?
Well, she's a sad but funny woman.
Yeah.
And people have asked me, you know, people come back and say, you must have, they come backstage and say, you must have some history of mental illness in your family.
Well, that's
you know,
nice.
It's very...
What a compliment.
It's a
What a
compliment, yes. I just laugh it up, but, you know, they'll say, you must have it in your family or have studied it, and I say, no, it's all came from me, which is pretty alarming.
So, and this woman also is in her bathrobe, house robe?
Yes, she's
nightgown?
always, has not been out of her nightgown for 6 months.
Well, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you won a Tony Award for this and also an Off-Broadway award.
Yeah.
The Obie? Well,
Right.
that's pretty exciting
Right.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea you would win?
The Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, you never know. Sometimes you know you're going to lose, and then you just go and enjoy yourself. Sometimes it's borderline, and you think you've got a shot. And this time was pretty special because the odds were pretty much in favor. I mean, you never know, but the odds were good.
Yeah. Well,
Because
you
everybody
certainly
loves
deserve it.
this play, The House of Blue Leaves, and we're moving to the Plymouth starting tomorrow night, where Lily Tomlin has just left. And the Chinese busboy across the street from the Plymouth was overheard to say, he was very excited that we were coming there, and he said, oh, new prey at the Plymouth, the House of Bruce Lee. Yeah, no, I swear.
That didn't.
It happened,
No, that didn't.
It did, swear.
How, do you think you'll ever do another television series again?
Oh, who can say? I don't particularly want to do a series right now. I do television.
What was the name of the show with you and Tony Randall?
Love Sydney.
Love Sydney, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Gone for two years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Do you miss Tony Randall at all? Do you ever see him? Do you
I
miss
run
him?
into him on the street in his disguise. He's got a...
He wears a disguise?
Yeah, he looks like a bagman. And without his blue blazer, you know, he's kind of collar up and carrying a grocery bag. And an old wrinkled hat over.
Was he nuts to work with or not?
Well, you know, he's one of the great eccentrics of our time, but he's brilliant and incredibly funny. He tells the filthiest jokes I think I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, yeah. So things are going well for you. Let's see. The play continues. How long is that going to run?
Indefinitely.
Yeah. And
It's,
other projects you're working in?
You know, coming along.
Yeah.
I can't say anything now because I don't know what they're going to be yet.
Any projects that John Carradine is working in?
Well, now that you see, I should check into because any parts that he turns down or
You'll be there.
public appearances, I'll be there.
All right.
Look for me.
Now, are you working tonight?
Tonight's my night off.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But Tuesday through Sunday?
Tuesday through Sunday.
Two
at
shows
the-
on Saturday?
Wednesday, Saturday, and matinee on Sunday. The House of Blue Leaves.
Yeah.
Brilliant,
All right.
brilliant, beautiful
Nice to see you,
play.
Lucy. Thank you very much for
Dan.
being here.